Yo, welcome to our channel. Today we're gonna come to you guys with a story time.
So in this video, we're gonna tell you about when we found out Zena was pregnant and the whole process through that and the gender.
So specifically, the day that we found out about Skylar was July 11th, 2014. You had just graduated high school.
Yeah.
And I had just finished my first year in college, so I was going into my sophomore year. It was the summer after my freshman year, so we was in the summertime at this time. I had a couple of missed periods, like I didn't have a period the whole month of June, which for me that wasn't even a big red flag, because if any girls out there, if y'all anything like me, y'all have irregular periods anyways. My periods are extremely irregular. I could be on my period for a whole week, 2 weeks. I cannot have it for 2 months and have it again and not have nothing wrong. So my periods was always irregular, so I really didn't pay attention to it for a while. But after a month, I'm like, okay, probably something's going on. So I had took a pregnancy test. I had bought 2 of them, and I took one towards the end of June, and that one said no. So then I'm like, okay, and I had read somewhere that it just take one and then wait a few days, and 2 to 5 days, and then take another one. But I waited 7 days. I'm like, I want to be sure or whatever. So I waited a whole another 7 days and took that one, and it said yes. So I'm like, okay, I got one that said no, I got one that said yes. So I remember I called you.
Yeah.
And I told you about it. He was like, okay, well, let's go to the hospital, whatever, because they have better tests, whatever. They can really make it specific, right? Give us a clear answer.
So went to go pick her from my sister's house, and we ended up going to Mercy, right?
Yeah.
And we ended up going to Mercy, and we was walking in. I know I was kind of nervous, but
yeah.
She said she was, and it said yes, but I was also just like still but had little butterflies in my stomach.
Yeah.
But I wanted to know, but then again I didn't at the time. But
because we knew we had got a yes test. So like for myself, I was just kind of preparing for it to be yes. I think we both were just kind of already ready for it to say yes, because it's not gonna say yes if there's no baby in there. You know, it's not gonna give you a yes. Yeah. So yeah.
So they ended up calling her back or whatever, and she did the test and everything. Well, you did the test while we was in the lobby, and then they just moved us back to the room, didn't they?
Well, I had to pee in the cup, and then after I peed, they took my weight and stuff, and then after that, they put us in the room. Yeah. And then they came in, took my pressure and all that stuff, you know, just to preoccupy you until you get the test back. Yeah. And so we were sitting there for a while.
Yeah, but then we sitting there for a while, and they just came in and said, "Congratulations, you're pregnant."
And we just looked at each other.
Yeah.
And we started smiling, because at that point we already knew, basically in our heart, we had already processed it for some days. Like, okay, this is what it is. So it was just like, okay, so what's the game plan? You know, at this point, because I ain't no turning back once you get that yes.
For me, I was nervous, but I was anxious at the same time, because like I was nervous because I'm gonna have to take care of a whole nother human being. Yeah. But I was anxious because I knew it was gonna be somebody just like me though. So that was a good thing about it.
Yeah, and you hadn't even started college yet. Like you was on your way to college. He was on his way to college on a full ride scholarship, guys. Like he was on his way, then he found out he got a baby on the way a month before he had to go. So this is like crazy. So you had told your dad over.
I told my dad over a text.
Over text message. This boy is crazy.
I told my dad over a text message, and I told him, like, you know, don't be upset at me or anything like that, because I'm not upset. It's a blessing. It's gonna work out for the best, and I just want you to be happy for me. And he was 100% supportive of that.
Yes.
In his response and everything, just how he is now.
Yeah.
And he ended up telling my mom when they was at a hotel in the jacuzzi. Yeah. And, you know, breaking the ice with her, because I told him to tell her. And
Yeah. And I told my grandmother, well, I just told her over Facebook Messenger that we needed to talk about something. And I kept insisting that it wasn't pregnancy because I didn't want her to guess that's what it was. Like, I wanted to be able to tell her in person because she was trying to get it out of me, but I didn't want to tell her over Messenger. Like, for me, that's not something you do over text, or you do that face to face.
What you trying to say?
I told your tail that to tell them over text, but you know that's y'all relationship, y'all. That's okay. I knew my granny was gonna be like, you should tell me that in person. So I told her that we needed to just meet up and go to breakfast. So we did. She took me to Bob Evans, and so we sat down. And she's so crazy, y'all. Okay, so we sat down, and I told her, I was like, okay, so. She's like, so why are we here? Zena, what's going on? And so I was like, okay, well, the truth really is that I am pregnant. And she was like, oh, okay. And it kind of confused me because she did a sigh of relief almost. And I'm like, why are you relieved? She was like, well, because you said it wasn't pregnancy, so I thought you was going to say you was gay. And I was like, what? I was like, Granny, no. She said, she thought I was either going to say I was gay or I had a threesome. I said, Granny, why would I tell you if I had a threesome in the first place? She was crazy. I'm like, no, Granny, I'm not gay. No, I didn't have a threesome. I'm pregnant. She was more happy for me to be pregnant than anything because she had met you and she had already met your parents and stuff. So she knew our relationship and everything. She knew you was a nice guy. So she's like, okay. She's like, ooh, okay. I'm glad that's what it is. I'm like, oh my God, you're so crazy. So I had told her like that. So then we had to just sit down and come up with a game plan because you was on your way to.
Oh yeah, I was on my way to college. And you was already at your college and everything, yeah. So we came up with the plan that she was gonna move down there to with me and everything, so we can raise Skylar together and play football. And to raise Skylar together, and I'll be able to still play football and everything on my scholarship.
Yeah, because he moved away 3 hours from our hometown to go to school. And I moved like an hour away, less than an hour away. So it was like, either we're gonna try to visit each other every week, but that was our plan before. Like every 2 weeks we would meet in between, and then I would give him Skylar. 2 weeks later he would give me Skylar, stuff like that. But then when we really sat down and thought about it, like that's not gonna work out well because I didn't want to leave my college at that time. But you have to make sacrifices. I didn't grow up in a home with a father and with two parents, so I'm like, I want that for my daughter and everything, and he wanted that for his daughter. He always wanted to be a part of her life. Yeah. So I'm like, we're gonna make it happen. So he had to grind. Like his first semester of college with football is so demanding. Yeah. Like practices all the time on top of school. He's at a Catholic private university, so the work is not easy, let alone, and then he got all the football stuff. So I knew that he was going to be busy with that. He was going to try to get a job in between that, but I'm like, you don't need to try to get a job. Like, I'm going to work. I'm going to school at the time when I was going to go back to school in the fall, because we found out about Skylar in the summertime. So when I was going to go back to school in the fall, I was going to be living on campus. So I'm like, well, I'm going to be on campus. I'm going to just get a couple jobs and just set it aside, and so we can move into an apartment after this semester, and I'm just going to transfer. So, we just encourage anybody out there who is experiencing something like that, come up with a plan and stick to it. Both parties stick to it. Like, John was extremely supportive of me. Like, I had to work all the time on top of all my classes. I was still a full-time student, and I was a chemistry major at the time. So I worked 3 jobs until I was about 7 months pregnant for us to move into our apartment. And it was like, if it was vice versa, if he was able to work, he would have did it. So it's nothing. Both people got to grind in a relationship to make it happen. So when I was working, whenever you had time, you would come down, you would rub my feet, you would rub my back, he would really take care of me. And so we just still had that tight relationship, And his parents played a big part in that.
Oh yeah, my mom and my dad, they played a big part in it. Like, they was always either bringing her down there to see me, or they was coming to get me and bringing me to her, or letting me use their car, because I didn't have a car at the time, or even letting me use their car to go see her all the time. So they always made sure we was always together, so we can all bond, me, you, and Skylar.
Yeah, because we wouldn't have been able to see each other at all if they wouldn't have made that because I didn't have a vehicle either. I didn't even have my license. He had his license, but I didn't even have my license. So we wouldn't have been able to see each other without his parents, you know, doing that for us. And they would really sacrifice like every weekend if they needed to drive that 3 hours there, you know, never asked me for no gas money, never asked for nothing, you know, out the way. They would take me to my appointments. They would drive an hour, you know, out of their schedule. They both work full-time jobs. They would take time out of their schedule every morning, you know, whenever I had appointments so that I could have a ride, so that I can have somebody there with me, you know, after appointments and stuff. So his parents, it was real MVPs in this situation, like coming up to Skylar, like they love their granddaughter, and like they really had our back with that. So that was straight.
That was smooth for sure.
So do you want to tell about how we found out about Skylar's sex with Skylar?
Oh, okay, yeah, we can. So,
Okay.
so now we're gonna tell y'all about how we tell y'all about how we found out about Skylar's sex.
Yes.
So, my mom and my dad, they was down there with Zena at the appointment, and I couldn't make it because I was down there at college. I had school and football at the time and everything, so I couldn't make it down there.
It was the middle of the week. It was like a Tuesday.
It was like a Tuesday. I ended up not having to go to football practice because I was told them I was gonna be on the video chat with y'all to find out about the gender.
So they excused you.
Yeah, so they excused me for the day, and I was just at this time I was just going so hard for a boy. I mean, it's a boy. It's a boy. It's a boy. It's a boy.
The entire pregnancy was like, son is gonna be our son. It's gonna be John Hall the Fourth. Like, we ready for this, etc. Like all that, right? All that.
And I'm gonna tell y'all how life hit me quick.
Oh yeah.
So in the video chat, they was like, "Oh, it's a girl." I said, "Check again."
Well, yeah, lead up to. So we went to the appointment and we sat down and took the measurements, all of that and stuff. And so he was on the video chat, and the lady put the thing up to my stomach, and she was just like, you know, so what are you guys hoping for? It was like, we're hoping for a boy, we're hoping for a boy. Meanwhile, his mom and dad had a bet the entire time. Like, his dad thought it was going to be a boy, but your mom
thought it was going to be a girl.
Yeah, she was saying it was going to be a girl the whole time. Mind you, a couple of my friends at the time, off the rip, they told me it was going to be a girl. My family members were saying, yeah, I think it's going to be a girl. We're like, no. It's going to be a boy. It's going to be a boy. So she puts the thing right in the right spot. And for a second, she couldn't find it because Skylar kept on kicking her legs. Like, every time they would put pressure on Skylar would start acting a fool.
Yeah.
So she was trying to find it. And then she's like, okay, well, you see. And she pointed to the screen. We all was like leaning in like this. Me, his mom, his dad, we all like this. And she was like, you see this part right here? There's nothing hanging, so it's a girl. And I was like...
And I said, you sure check again. She checked again too. Yep, there's nothing there.
And what you kept saying?
All I could say for like 10 minutes was, oh man.
That's all he kept saying.
Man. I was on the elevator at the time.
Oh my gosh.
And I was with a couple of my friends and they were just laughing.
They took a picture and everything. Like, he just found out he having a girl. Your head was on his shoulder. Like, he was so sad. At first, he was sad. You know, when they first told me, you know, I was just like, okay, you know, it is what it is. Which I had my own reasons for not wanting a girl. Because I know my attitude ain't 100. Okay? I know that I have a bad attitude. Or at least I did. I've been working over the years, and it's still, you know, the Lord's still working with me. But my attitude is something different. So I did not want another little miniature me. I did not want it. Like, I love myself. I'm a great person, all that. But this attitude, this mouth, all of this, no. I didn't want to deal with it. But the Lord said.
But I think it's we had a girl because of me, because I needed to learn how to respect girls more. Like, I wasn't a disrespectful person, but I didn't always value women like I was supposed to.
Yeah.
So like having a daughter that changed my whole life because now I gotta show her the representation of a man and how to be treated.
Yeah.
So
yeah, God knew what we both needed. You know what I'm saying? He knew what we both needed because, dealing with Skylar, we both just had to snatch it into a certain spot that I'm not sure we would have if we had a boy.
No, we would have had a boy. You never know. You feel me? Life comes and he bless you for a reason.
Yes.
You feel me? So now I wouldn't take it back for nothing. I wouldn't want a boy.
No, it wouldn't be the same.
Choice.
Yep, it wouldn't even feel right. Thank you guys for watching our story time today. If you want more story times, let us know. We got so many more stories.
Yeah, we got a lot more stories for y'all.
Just let us know. We hope you guys enjoyed it. And always remember, share light on the darkness through God.